Today, the United States is facing two crises. While leaders continue to work through the global financial meltdown, another crisis looms that threatens companies' long-term growth: a severe lack of skilled workers. Some estimates predict that by 2030, 35 million jobs will go unfilled. And this is happening while the unemployment rate continues to increase. Why? There's a mismatch between the skills the workforce has and the skills employers need to fill high-skill, high-wage jobs. As a result, some companies are looking overseas to hire the talent they need. If we don't find a workable solution, skilled jobs will continue to go elsewhere, further eroding potential economic growth. We need a comprehensive national strategy to effectively prepare today's workforce with the knowledge and skills they need to help companies grow and stay competitive. Every day in thousands of organizations around the world, ASTD's 44,000 plus members, whose expertise is training and development, prepare the workforce with the skills they need to be successful. On behalf of ASTD, we welcome the opportunity to help the next administration develop and implement a strategy to address this massive skill shortage and help U.S. organizations succeed in our global economy.
One of the things that we're seeing in today's workforce is that more is required. More is required of employers, of our educational system, and our employees. Employees have to come to us with greater skill sets than they have today. They have to be able to read and comprehend at least the 8th grade level. They have to be able to locate information in a complex environment, and they have to be technically literate. It's essential. They have to have all of that to be competitive. And right now, today, in the global economy, which is in wild status as we stand here today, we know that employees have to have greater skill set. As I travel, I find that countries far-flung from the United States are investing heavily in their workforce. They know that that is absolutely essential to providing that competitive edge, whether it is in basic literacy, computer literacy, in analysis. They're investing, and the United States has got to make sure that we're investing as well. But that requires an alignment of the federal government, of all of our educational institutions, and employers in general. This isn't a matter of pointing the finger at anyone and saying, whose job is it? We've got to align and collaborate, coordinate in order to have the best solution possible, because that's what's happening internationally.
We're in crisis now. We have a people crisis. This is the age of talent. It's a global marketplace, and if we don't compete in terms of people, that's what differentiates us, we are in trouble. And the good news is that we can solve this problem, but we need a will. We need a leader who's going to come in and organize all of us, because right now we are tripping over each other.
I think there could be alignment both at the federal level with the federal workforce training programs. Some of that has happened through the Workforce Investment Act. I also believe that there should be some more alignment with K-12 education, community college, higher ed, with the publicly funded workforce system, in alignment with economic development and with business. So, as Department of Labor says, the 3 E's, I think we need to get everybody together at the table. I believe the federal government can help facilitate that discussion by passing legislation that requires some of these discussions to happen at the state and the local level. The Workforce Investment Act has done some of that. I believe it just needs more teeth to get all of those parties to sit together at the local level.
So one of the things that I find very interesting about learning in this country is that 60% of our U.S. population does not have a post-secondary credential. But at the same time, you have 20 out of 24 of the fastest growing industries that actually require a post-secondary credential.
I think both campaigns have done a good job of talking about jobs. My questions to both of them are going to be, what happens if the unemployment rate goes up to 8–9% as a nation? How do we retrain those workers into the skills needed in future economies, such as green jobs? How do we take that unemployed workforce and retrain them? I believe some states are in a good position to do that because of their public funded workforce system. I believe some states are not. So how do we ensure that we get everybody back to work? Yeah, a lot of my clients are frankly getting more and more frustrated of the lack of both skilled labor and the lack of attention they feel they're getting from the pipeline, the K-20 system, in meeting their workforce needs. So they have a couple of decisions to make, and a lot of them are making the decision that I can take my labor and I can find my labor offshore. Not that they want to find labor offshore, but they are unable to find the labor here in the States. And businesses need to get the work done. So they'll go to India, they'll go to China to find the labor to get the work done. They'd rather do it here, they'd rather find Americans here, but they can't find Americans with the skill sets needed for them to do business today. So the question to the campaign is, how do you ensure that 5-10 years from now, these gaps, if you will, these skills gaps are gone? How do we build a system that helps better meet the needs of businesses so they don't outsource jobs to India and China?